Hello and welcome to another Views from the Valley, your weekly roundup of the news here in the United States, coming to you from the v3.co.uk offices in San Francisco. With me as ever, Sean Nichols. Hi Sean.
Hi Ian.
Right, okay, well, fair gamut of stories for you this week. As anybody who used Google will have seen, at the end of last week, there was an important anniversary being celebrated there, the 30th anniversary of Pac-Man. So Google put a little JavaScript game on its homepage, which proved phenomenally successful. In fact, so much so that they've kept it up there at google.com/Pacman. Now, one firm was claiming that nearly 5 million man-hours had been lost to this particular game. Now, I wrote a sleuth posting about this, sort of questioning that data. I mean, was that time really lost? I mean, would we have been spending productively beavering away?
Well, that's kind of the question that I had was, is this something that, was this time that was lost, it would have been productive, or is this time that might have been spent reading, say, Lark or blogs or, some other type of site or some other, vice that people spend their time doing anyways. I'm not sure this was really lost man as much as it was displaced, I guess might be a better word for it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always kind of sceptical of those things. Obviously, I have to throw things at Sean if he's playing games all day, but he's very good about that, so he doesn't. But I mean, yes, and we've seen study after study as well that, it actually does you good to chill out and relax during the day.
Yeah, I think there's been multiple studies that have said that everything from social networking to casual gaming to everything else really does, in fact, make you overall more productive because, you're less stressed out.
Yeah.
You're not as likely to be, going around and hanging around the water cooler, that sort of thing. Otherwise, I mean, everybody is going to have other uses, downtime during the day, no matter what.
The very idea that, at 10 o'clock in the morning, everyone sits down and they type constantly for the next until 6 o'clock, and then, right, job's done, let's go, and, it doesn't work in the real world. But check out the game if you haven't already, and if you press insert coin twice on the site, then you can play a two-player version with Ms. Pac-Man. Ms. Pac-Man, who really was an abomination.
Game actually is considered better than the original Pac-Man by a lot of people, though.
Really? Why?
A lot of people, I think they just thought Ms. Pac-Man was a better game or as good. A lot of people seem to really like Ms. Pac-Man.
You have a strange country, Sean. Right, okay. Moving on, actually sticking with strange country stories. Remember the iPhones that were coming out? These monstrously expensive handsets? Well, you're covering a story about Walmart, which is cutting the price right
Walmart,
now.
The biggest retailer on the planet, I believe.
Pretty much, yeah.
For a while, they've been able to sell iPads, iPods,
yes,
and accessories, and recently they also got into the iPhone business. They're selling iPhones as well. Now they're actually selling them at a discounted price. You can go to Walmart and with the contract and everything, get the iPhone for $97 now, which is a drop of about, I think, cuts the price in half.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, where you might have had to pay at Apple or AT&T or any of the other retailers. A lot of people think this is just getting rid of the iPhone in anticipation for the new model.
I was going to say, we've already had it confirmed that Steve Jobs is giving a major presentation at the Worldwide Developers Conference on the 7th. It's pretty much guaranteed that the new iPhone is going to be making an appearance then, after another site actually sort of found the prototype. Although, you never know. It wouldn't be beyond Jobs just to pull out a completely different phone and go, this is the new iPhone. Fooled you!
It's not outside the realm of possibility, and it is, given the things Steve Jobs and Apple have done in the past, it's quite possible, though.
Yeah.
It seems fairly certain that what's been reported is kind of what we're going to get, more or less. I think, from one standpoint, it's interesting because a lot of the Apple fans consider themselves very fashionable people and very, with the times and high tech. And Walmart really doesn't have that same reputation. It's kind of considered a clearinghouse for a different cultural subset, I guess would be the word.
You're obviously fighting very hard to not say the word hillbilly here, but it's...
Yeah, it's kind of considered a cheap store, more or less, for various reasons. And I think for this to have this kind of Walmart is kind of funny, kind of interesting, kind of a thumb in the eye, I guess, to some extent.
I guess so. I mean, as you say, it's a very good way of clearing stock ahead of the launch. And I guess, yes, you're buying an obsolescent handset, but you're getting an iPhone, and that's what counts for a lot of people.
Yeah, this was kind of the conversation we were having earlier, kind of debating who's the bigger sucker here? The guy who buys the phone just before the new model comes out and makes it quote-unquote obsolete, or the guy who goes out and pays a few $100s more
Queues for the very privilege, no less.
Yeah, to get it the day it comes out, and then have the price drop by $100 2 months later.
Yeah, no, I think we agreed it was pretty much the latter idiot who deserves the greatest face slap. Ow, that hurt. Right, okay. Now, in terms of coining it in money in other ways, Twitter have been on this game now, and it looks like they've come up with quite an interesting little scheme to make some cash for a change.
To make some cash for themselves and to prevent other people from coming and making cash and possibly taking advantage of them. Basically, they've said that they'll still offer the promoted tweets, where you pay to have your tweet, give them priority placement on user searches, so something similar to like Google search ads, that sort of thing. But they will no longer allow advertisers to sell access to data within the API. Basically, anything within the user's actual Twitter feed or that timeline.
Right.
You can't pay to insert ads or insert paid tweets or anything like that. Basically, so the developers have to offer the Twitter feed, the Twitter timeline they call it, but a lot of people just say it's the feed, as
the sole advertising
just
source.
that, yeah. So, you can still do things like make money through analytics tools, or they noted that you can actually put advertising on the application outside of the actual timeline feed.
You see, is this actually going to make serious money for Twitter in the short term, or is it just going to be a way of them sort of laying out their turf?
I think it's partly laying out their turf. I think part of it's Twitter is very paranoid about basically the same thing that hit MySpace and the same thing that's hitting Facebook now. People are getting really tired of all the other crap. They don't want to be flooded out with all these advertisements and all that stuff when they just want to look at the content. I think that's kind of what they're trying to do, is protect that content for themselves.
Yeah, in other words, so if you're reading through your tweets, you don't get an endless of would you like a bigger penis, bigger breasts, a degree.
Exactly,
yeah. Okay, well, Twitter is desperate to make money at the moment. It's now that Facebook seems to be profitable, we don't obviously know. The eyes are now looking at Twitter, and it's just like, okay, how are we going to get some money out of this? So, as I say, we'll keep an eye on this one, because Twitter is potentially a very interesting advertising platform.
Definitely.
But, yes, we shall see. Right, okay, now finally, if you've ever really wanted to make a difference to the world, and you're a coder, or someone who knows someone who codes, then listen up. On June 4th to June 6th, we're having a global hacking day. It's called Random Hacks of Kindness. It's supported by Google, Microsoft, Yahoo, NASA, the World Bank. And the idea is to get computing professionals and coders around the world focused on solving a few real-world problems. The examples they give are things like trying to devise software to enable first responders in a natural emergency to coordinate properly, those sort of things. Now, we're having events in Washington, D.C. Microsoft's hosting one on its campus in Maryland. Satellite events in Karachi, Sao Paulo, and nothing to stop people setting up their own sort of feeds in as well. So check out the story on the website, www.v3.co.uk, and if you can help, do it, because you really could be making a difference. And on that somber note, we should be back next week.